Hello, my soul searchers, and welcome back. Happy 2023. I hope that you are off to a good start. But I am going to be doing something very special for you today. I'm going to do an energy reading specific to you. You're going to be able to choose your own deck of cards and get a reading for your 2023 predictions. If you haven't had the chance to reflect yet, if you want to mine the inner wisdom that lives within you from 2022 so that you can start off your 2023 with a good start and with clarity into getting what you really want, then this is for you. I have been getting so many requests lately from friends and people to do tarot readings on their 2023 predictions with their career and relationships specifically. And if that sounds like you, then I have a special treat for you as well. I'm doing 15-minute personalized readings where you can pick one specific area in your life, such as career, relationships, business, health, and this is going to be delivered to you as a video file within 1 to 2 days. And it's going to detail specifically the energy that you're currently embodying, what it is that you truly want, what your soul yearning is, and your path to get there. I'm also going to be able to reveal to you obstacles that might be coming up for you consciously or subconsciously, messages that your spirit guides are trying to tell you. And especially if there's something that you need to urgently take action on, decisions that you need to make, that will be shown through in the reading as well. So if you're interested in that, you can purchase that in the link down below in the description box. And if you want to do a longer reading so that you can get personalized insights and coaching so that you can actually implement the insights and wisdom that you get from your tarot reading, because we all know that awareness is only as good as how you use it. I have 1 hour long tarot coaching sessions that allow me to read into your soul, tell you exactly what you need to hear, and help you troubleshoot so that you have the best chance of getting you to where you want to be in 2023. You can go to my site at jensoy.com and click on the card reading tab, and you'll see both options there if you want to do the 15-minute reading or do the 1 hour live soul reading session with tarot and coaching. And you'll be able to read stories from people that I've helped in tarot and soul coaching so that you can see what's possible for you. Now let's get into this reading. All right, hello friends, and welcome to your 2023 tarot reading, a tarot prediction. So you're going to be able to choose a deck that resonates with you, and there's an associated crystal with it, and I'm going to tell you more about that in your individual reading. The timestamps are going to be down below so that you can go ahead and just skip straight to the deck that you choose so you can get the reading that your spirit is looking for. So the first deck here is the Spirtsong Tarot deck, and the associated crystal with it is Fluorite. This is rainbow fluorite specifically. Beautiful. The second deck that we have is the Mystical Cats Tarot deck, and the associated crystal with it is Opalite. And we have this beautiful Opalite moon. It's so pretty. It changes colors based off the background that it's on. And the third deck here, we have the Mystical Faerie Tarot deck, and the associated crystal with this is clear quartz. I'm going to give you some time here to check in with what deck resonates with you, and then once you choose, you can go ahead and go to the associated timestamp to get your reading started. Hello, group number 1. You have chosen the Spiritsong Tarot deck and the associated crystal, which is rainbow fluorite. And fluorite is the crystal that is for spiritual detox and transmutation. So this tells me that perhaps you have been feeling a little drained lately. Maybe you feel disconnected from your soul, from your true self, and perhaps you have had some negative energy, maybe from 2022, that is lagging along with you into 2023. And this crystal and this reading today is going to help you clear all of that, transmute those negative emotions that you have been feeling, or because we know that there's no such thing as a negative emotion, really just helping you release the vibrations that you are no longer wanting to hold on to, that's not serving you, and start to invite in more positive feelings, starting to feel more motivated, grounded in yourself, more peaceful and free in your life so that you can go ahead and move through your 2023 the way that you've been wanting to. So let's get started. And the first card that has already popped out, Spirit seems to be very loud today, is the Two of Acorns. So this year's theme for you is all about insight and focus. The animal associated with this, the animal spirit that's associated with this, is the eagle. So this is a really great sign. The eagle is known to be very courageous, very brave. It is a bird, so it's in the air, kind of bird's eye view, being able to see their situation from all perspectives, from a different angle. So you can really see that this year for you, it's going to be about taking the bigger picture, not so much getting caught up in the little things and what to do in your life from a day-to-day perspective, but first seeing what it is that you truly want to create in your 2023, but really like in your whole life, and then being able to see from that bird's eye where that you need to go, where this prey is. You can see that this bird is like swooping down with its claws, ready to go and intercept its prey. And this bird is not wasting any of its time looking at all the things that are not for them, all these people or creatures that are not resonant with them. They are only going specifically for the thing that they see is fit for them, that they truly want. And that's going to be what allows this bird to save its energy, to use it effectively, use it efficiently in 2023. So that's what I see for you, the Two of Acorns. Number 2 is also associated with partnerships, with duality, with not seeing things as just black or white, but really starting to see the spectrum of things. So it's also telling me that you need to open up your perspectives a little bit more, so that you can get that full insight, get that bird's eye view, instead of being so focused on either this or that. If you're trying to make decisions this year, trying to really get that bird's eye view so that you can get that clarity and focus on what it is that you truly want. So the second card that we're going to pull is going to be all about what you can expect from this year. And the card that's associated with that is going to be the Three of Crystals. So the Three of Crystals is all about collaboration and productivity. So here what I'm seeing is what to expect in this year is a lot of collaboration, a lot of productivity for you. You're going to be quite the busy bee, but remember that worker bees are only able to be as effective as they are to contribute to a whole, to the collective, and also being able to work together with other people. So potentially opportunities coming to you where you're going to want to work with other people. If you are an entrepreneur, a content creator, or something of those sorts, then perhaps looking into opportunities where you can work with other people and see other people as ways to help get everyone what they want, instead of looking at them as competition. It's also talking a lot about productivity. So tying really into the first card that we picked, which is your theme, which of insight and focus, you're going to be able to be very productive this year if you're able to stay focused on what it is that you truly want. So it's almost like the theme for this year is to get that bird's eye view, pick out those specific things that you want, and then send your worker bee energy into it to go and do it. Another thing that I want to mention here with the Three of Crystals is to be able to honor your specific cycle. So as a worker bee, this might be associated with kind of more masculine energy, the doing, the day-to-day grind. You might find yourself waning in motivation some days, but it's going to be a time for you to start to learn how to discern your energy, where you need to push through something versus when you are actually going to be pushing yourself into burnout and taking a break. Again, remembering that collaboration piece, perhaps asking for help, asking for emotional support when you need it, so that you can actually do what it is that you really want without having this toxic productivity be brought into your life. Okay, so the next card we're going to pull is all about how to know if you are on the right track. And this card is going to be the King of Feathers. So the King of Feathers is an air card, and it's all associated with logic and justice. And the animal that's associated with it is the lion. So the lion is like the king of the jungle. They're somebody who can just kind of sit there and relax, be an observer. And what this is telling me is that there's a lot of trust that's going to be required in order for you to know that you're on the right track. So obviously, when you are focusing on being a busy bee, doing whatever tasks that need to get done, working on your goals, doing all those beautiful things, you're also going to want to sit back and kind of reflect on all the work that you've done, having that appreciation for yourself, knowing that you are on the right track, knowing that you are getting to where you want to be. And very similar energy to this first card with the eagle kind of being the bird's eye view. The lion is on the ground. They're seeing all the things that have been built. They're kind of enjoying that being built as well. So the King of Feathers is associated with logic and justice. So using your own good judgment here, this is having a lot of masculine energies here, where tapping into your logic, maybe if you're a Virgo or another earth sign, using that energy to discern whether or not your energy has been put into good use or not, and if it hasn't, where can you put that into good use. There's also this energy of evaluation coming up, so making sure that you're spending the time to evaluate not just your failures but also your successes, and knowing that your failures aren't really failures if you are learning something from them, if you have shown up and you're doing that work. That is all good signs that you are on the right track. And justice being part of it, I'm feeling this as more so justice for your future self or justice for your past self. Perhaps that you have had situations in which you feel like people have been pulling you down. Maybe you've been pulling yourself down, almost this energy of proving people wrong. So perhaps even looking at where it is that you want to put in your focus to make sure that you are actually going about your goals the way that you want to, and not because out of spite or out of resentment or to prove someone wrong perhaps, but really because you want to have the best version of your life possible for you, that your future self deserves it. And that's going to be a great indicator for whether or not you are doing something on the right track, if this decision is really for you or if it's not for you, if it's coming from ego, fear, doubt, or resistance versus from pure desire and because it's something that lights you up. I see this like crown of light here. That's what's coming through of how you can know that you are on the right track this year. So on the other side of things, last year was a lot it's a whole freaking year. People learn a lot. So let's see what the main lesson that you learned last year was. And it is the 10 of Acorns. So the 10 of Acorns is all about responsibility and dedication. Is represented by the donkey. And so what I'm saying here is that last year was a year where you had to learn how to be responsible. You had to learn how to really commit to something and follow through on it to let your dedication come through. Perhaps you've even gone through challenges where you've seen that you have been dedicated to something or taking on too many responsibilities, and to pull back and know that you are only able to be responsible for yourself, for what you do, for how you respond, and not for other people's actions. It also gives this energy that you really learned last year what's important to you. And so again, coming into this year's theme, which is to focus on what it is that you really want. Last year, you might have learned that in order to have something like freedom and all this, and be able to enjoy life, you're also going to need to learn how to be responsible for yourself, for your thoughts, for your emotions, for your actions, and things like that. So the next card is going to be showing us, this card fell out. Let's take it. It is the King of Acorns. So you got 3 acorn cards here. We got kings on both sides. So this is a really interesting reading for you. The King of Acorns is all about optimism and innovation, and is represented by this horse, this colt. And this represents the obstacles or challenges, how you've been maybe getting in your own way for this year that's coming through. And what's coming up for me in this card is that your challenge or obstacle might be to be able to stick to your optimism, be able to innovate, especially when we see that a lot of your focus is going to be taking action, is going to be being focused on like even creating a plan and following through on that plan. You're also going to need to make some room for some wonderment. So you can see that this horse is feeling is really energized. It has its arms up, it's standing up on its hind legs, and it's ready to go. So it might be saying that for you to look out for times where you feel down, or that you feel disconnected from the why of what you're working on day to day, and to really tap back into your own creativity, what lights you up, what's going to motivate you in creating the life that you want to live, because it's not going to be just like focusing on things like administration work or the little things in life. If you're in a relationship, it's not just about the day-to-day what happens, but actually more so looking at what it is that you want down the line. A year from now, what are you working towards there? What's possible for you in a year, 3 years, 5 years down the line, and using that sense of optimism to help guide you through those difficult times, through those obstacles. Okay, so this next card, we're going to look at what are the opportunities that might be presenting themselves to you this year, and especially in relation to these 2 cards here. So what are the opportunities of you going through this time where you might need some more optimism in your life? And also looking at the lessons that you learned last year with the 10 of acorns about responsibility and dedication, we see the Empress popping up. And the Empress, this is the first major arcana card that we've seen pop up so far. And the major arcana cards are all about big themes in your life. So we see one of the biggest themes for you is the Empress, which is all about beauty, abundance. They are the female consort of the Emperor. And the number 3 showing up again, like the 3 of crystals did, where it's all about the mind, body, and spirit being in connection. So this rabbit spirit is coming to me as like a bounty, kind of like a leaping, very excited energy that is fruitful. And you can see that they're in this garden of flowers, and there's just so much greenery going on. It's showing to me that this year is going to be have a lot of opportunities for you to create the abundance that you want. This feels very much so like a career spread, not so much about a relationship, though you can definitely relate this to your relationships of how you need to work in there. But this feels very much so tied to your career this year, finding that abundance, finding where you can kind of just feel light and leapy and bound into all these different directions that you want to go to. Just make sure that you are taking into consideration last year's lessons and also being able to move past any obstacles that you have with that energy to get that Empress spirit. Now, this next card is all about courage and how to kind of avoid mistakes that you might have made in the past, maybe in this last year. Also, how you can start evolving. And we see number 21, the World. It's funny here too because 221 deduces down to number 3, so very similar energies across here. The World is all about fulfillment and celebration. It's kind of like this idea that you have the whole world at your hands, and it is just up for you to, it's just up for grabs for you. And this is this great whale spirit here, which is almost larger than life. It's this giant creature that's in this ocean, and the ocean is so abundant. And this great white whale, they don't have any like specific predators that they have to be super afraid of. They're gigantic, but they also can eat whatever it is they want. They have this entire ocean to spread and to explore. So almost like this idea for you this year in order to evolve, make sure that you are exploring, you're using your resources, you are enjoying your abundance that you have been able to create this year. Find those places where you are feeling most fulfilled and follow those things, because that's going to be what drives you to even more success. It's going to be a way you can actually evolve more. I know that at the beginning you were reading, a lot of the things that were coming up for you was around doing the work and showing up for what it is that you want. But remember that you do that all so that you can fulfill what it is that you really want and enjoy the abundance that comes with it. So remember to celebrate big time. Every time that you celebrate, that's going to fuel your ability to receive more. It's also kind of giving this energy of gratitude and appreciation. So just appreciate where it is that you are, wherever it is in your journey, and celebrate that. So this next card, we're going to see what people or resources are currently in your orbit that can help you get where you want to be. And we have the 8 of acorns, and this is the eel spirit. So the 8 of acorns is dealing with energy and results. So the eel spirit is all about having a lot of energy, being able to push through to those next results. And what I'm seeing here is that you're going to have an abundance of energy. You're going to be very motivated, probably because you've learned the lesson of what it is that you really want. You've done the work to see the bird's eye view and plan out what it is that you need to do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, so that you can get on track to create the results that you want. So in terms of outside help or people that might be coming through to you, focus on where there can be people to help you energize yourself. This doesn't even have to be in a work setting, but also in your relationships, friends that you have that help you boost your energy so that you can focus on serving yourself, serving other people from a full cup. And yeah, it's not really giving that you're going to need much outside help, although don't be afraid to ask for help, because like we've said earlier, that is part of the collaboration spirit that you've got in the worker bee here. So this last card for this deck is going to be the 6 of shells. And the 6 of shells is going to be how you can help yourself get to where it is that you want to be. It's funny because these almost feel like they're flipped, because this was about partnership and this is about how you can help yourself. But the Six of Shells being two otters, and these two otters being in unison, being about sentiment and joy, it seems like there's going to be either somebody who comes into your life or somebody who is currently in your life who's going to be able to help ground you, help you bring out your joy, bring out your fun, allow you to enjoy life with. And how you can help yourself most this year and in order to reach your goals is going to be to allow yourself to have that joy, to allow yourself to have that fun. Make sure that you're spending as much time focusing on your joy, focusing on enjoying the abundance and celebrating your successes, and using your energy wisely, not just in the work, not just in the day-to-day. A lot of the thing about success and manifesting the success that you want in your life in 2022 is going to be to focus on those things out around your career, such as your health or your friendships or your relationships, even your day-to-day routine, just how much fun and wonderment that you're finding in your life, finding that opportunity for you to feel those feelings and connect with what lights you up. That's going to be the thing that's going to help you move forward in your 2023. Now, I do want to give you a few more messages from your spirits. This feels like there's something that wants to come through. So I'm going to just clear the space and bring up a different deck, an oracle deck, for you to get that message. All right, group number 1, let's go ahead and see what message Spirit has for you. So we have Cancer, and also it feels like there's one more message for you here. Let's see if it comes up. It feels like this one. Natural order. So we have Cancer and natural order. So the astrological sign of Cancer is a water sign. It's all about feelings and allowing the flow in your life. It's also associated with the number 4. So look out for the number 4. That might be one of your lucky numbers, and a kind of wink from the universe if you're seeing 4s. This feels very much so a reminder about taking care of your relationships, taking care of your feelings, as Cancers are people who feel very deeply, who love very deeply, perhaps spending more time with your family or making amends with your family members, having more time with your friends or chosen family members. This is going to be something that helps you with the manifestation of what it is that you want. Number 4 is also the number of work practicality in terms of a life path, and a representation of all the manifestations that you get when you focus on building. It is just like time to receive. So it feels very favorable that this year is going to be a year where you're going to create a lot of the things that you've been really wanting, especially in your career, but also in your relationships. And just a reminder to share those experiences with your loved ones to feel all those feelings. And now the second card, which is number 14, again, another 4 in there, we have natural order. And natural order is all about understanding that in this world, there is a natural order of things, and it almost comes to me as a cautionary card for you to try not to force anything to happen. Don't try to rush into things. If you see that you are working hard, that you know what it is that you want, you don't have to force your way there. You don't have to be pulling all-nighters, spending all your energy on work, forgoing fun and relationships and all those things. And to allow yourself to kind of go with the flow of natural orders, trusting and surrendering to the universe that they have your back, to know that what is meant for you will not miss you. And yeah, you can just kind of trust in the natural order of things, the natural order of your life, making sure that you are following your own rhythm again, so that you can create the life that you really want. All right, group number 1, that is everything for your reading. If you enjoy that, go ahead and skip to the outro because I have a special announcement for you. Hello, group number 2. You have chosen the Mystical Cats Tarot deck, and this deck was associated with Opalite crystal. So this beautiful Opalite moon is all about communication, opening up that throat chakra, and removing energetic barriers that might have been keeping you from living and feeling the way that you want to feel. This also is really great to help clear out any mental fog, mental ruts that you've been in. Perhaps you've been struggling with your depression, anxiety, whatever other mental illness that you have been dealing with. And this crystal is great to help clear that out. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So this first card we're going to be pulling is all about your theme. Oh, that is a very loud spirit. So we're going to take that first card there. This year's theme is the 4 of Sea. This is a very emotional card, which is kind of predictable with the Opalite, but it seems to be that this cat is a little bit longing for something, longing for home, longing for friendship. Even these 4 lobsters that are dancing for it is not really doing it. So to me, this is a year for you that's all about finding what lights you up, finding your joy, finding what makes you happy and satisfied in your life. And perhaps in the past years, it has been a challenge, but this is the year to really start creating what it is that you want and emotionally, to create an emotionally fruitful life for you. So this next card is about what to expect. So we have the Ten of Sea, again, another sea card. So lots of emotions here. The Ten of Sea is, you can see here, it's a whole family of cats and stuff. So this seems like a really relationship-oriented spread already. So perhaps you have been going through a challenging breakup, or you are questioning the relationship that you are in, whether or not you are being emotionally fulfilled, if this is the right person for you. And the Ten of Sea, it doesn't necessarily mean like family, like you're going to have a family and lots of kids and all these things. Although if that is something that you want, then it's something to kind of start expecting, is that you're going to be really drawn to family. But in general, this card seems to carry a lot of the energy of the familial bonds and fun, playfulness, having a group of people who are going to support you and love you regardless. And what to expect in this year is to focus on creating these friendships, creating these relationships, and even maintaining or going deeper into specific relationships that you have to create that family bond, to have that abundance of good feelings and feeling supported and loved. So what you need to know about whether or not you are on track is going to be the 8 of Fire. So how you're going to know that you are on the right track of creating this life that you want, especially within your relationships, to feel the way that you want, is to take action. The 8 of Fire is all about speeding up. It's kind of like that cat zoomies that happen at 2 a.m., when nobody expects it, when everyone else is sleeping. You are going to be very active. And so when you decide that you really want something, or you see something that's going to perhaps bring you happiness, bring you joy, if you get that initial hit to go out somewhere, go to an event, meet someone, go talk to them, it is a sign of you going for it. It's telling you need to go and take action on that immediately. Do not wait. If you are feeling drawn to something, it is definitely like time to go. And that's going to be how you know that you are on the right track this year, how you are going to be able to, trust your intuition, trust your feelings, and start to connect with them more. So make sure you're going after what it is that you are seeing that you want for yourself. Okay, another card here, and I'm going to take this card too because it feels like those two jumped out together. They needed to come out together. So the first card that we pulled for this was the 10 of Fire, and this is all about last year's lesson that you might have learned. So last year's lesson that you learned was all about not playing with fire, because if you get too close, you could be burned. So again, very relationship energy. Perhaps you had gone on multiple dates, but you didn't know where to stop. You didn't know how to end those relationships when they were not there. This cat seems very worried or scared, just kind of being timid. Maybe you weren't being yourself. And it's showing that you learned your lesson from that you should not play with fire, that if you put your hand on the stove for too long, you get burned. And if somebody tells you who they are, or that somebody is not for you, it is time to leave them and to keep yourself from getting burned and getting hurt. So it seems like that was a lesson that you learned last year, and that this year it's all about cat magic. This is going to be the obstacle. This card is associated with the obstacle or challenges that might be coming up for you and how you might be getting in your own way. So cat magic is all about alchemy. It's all about using your resources, using what's surrounding you to create what it is that you truly want. As you can see here, this cat has all 4 elements and is playing with it. It has this little book of rituals, a candle, a crystal ball, all of these supernatural things. So it could be a calling for you to also go deeper into your own spiritual journey and develop your spiritual gifts, your psychic gifts perhaps as well, and learning how to trust the universe, trust that you can actually create whatever it is that you want to create in your life, that you are the main creator, that you're able to alchemize what it is in your life. This might be something that's very difficult for you this year, is to trust that you can trust yourself in creating the life that you want, that you don't have to wait for anything else to happen. You also don't have to have something perfect before it becomes something amazing. So what that looks like is if you are in a relationship, knowing that Somebody doesn't have to be perfect for you right off the bat, but you can grow to love them. You can grow to create the relationship that you want to create. And also knowing that you don't have to settle for anything, knowing that if you know the bits and pieces like this cat has with all the elements, if you know what it is that you truly want that's really important to you in a relationship, that you can alchemize that and be that person for yourself so that you can draw that in for yourself. So notice that that might be coming up for you, is questioning your own abilities to create, to be in control of your own life and to create the results that you want to create. But nonetheless, you can do it. This is a reminder for that. This card wanted to flip out, so I'm going to allow that to come out. It is the Hermit. This card is going to be showcasing the opportunities that you have based off of the obstacles that you might face this year and also the lesson that you learned this year. So the Hermit, as you can see, is hidden away in its own tree, high away from everyone else, in its pomegranates, in its fruitfulness during this almost like a lunar eclipse. And the Hermit is all about finding who it is that you want to withdraw from society, take a little break from everyone else so that you can get very clear on who you are and what it is that you want. So with these two cards kind of showcasing that last year might have not been such a great year for relationships, and for, you might have gotten burned a few times. You might have learned your lesson there. But this year you might be feeling a lot of doubt and uncertainty about your abilities to create this relationship that you really want. And what opportunity comes up for that is your chance to focus on yourself, to really develop that trust and bond within yourself so that you can emulate that in the relationships that you are going to be able to have in the future. Because like we said, there is an expectation that you're going to find this love, find the support, perhaps even go through multiple people to find love and support in. But it's going to require you to take this opportunity to learn more about yourself, to understand what it is that you truly want, what you care about, and how you want to show up in your own life. Remembering that this Hermit can finds its most wisdom when it's alone. So taking that time to introspect, maybe go on your own dates for yourself, and that's going to be where you get a lot of clarity in what is to come next. So this next card is going to be all about courage. It's all about how you can evolve in this next year. So we have the Eight of Earth, and the Eight of Earth is this has multiple. You have two. It's very interesting. You have two cards here that are all kind of about these kittens and this whole like tribe. So very much so finding your tribe, finding the people that you care about, that care about you as well, who can keep you in check and also who you can learn from, and you can also maybe teach them. This is what the energy of this card shows up for me as. So how you're going to be able to evolve this year is to be able to follow the leader. And following the leader means finding somebody who has like the example of relationships that you want, finding examples of friendships that you truly, find healthy. Perhaps even if this is a TV show or a movie and, the main character has a really great friendship, has a really great relationship, they demonstrate communicating very well, for example, being able to follow in their footsteps and learn from that, instead of making the same mistakes that you might have made in the past of the last year, of not knowing your own boundaries, of getting hurt, of keeping your hand on the stove for too long. It's having that energy. Now, on the contrary, if you are feeling like you have learned your lesson and you are like ready, no BS, and can kind of take that leader position, then it is your time to lead yourself into the relationship that you want, keeping that vision for you very, very clear so that other people around you can follow you. So they know that what you're looking for and they can mimic what it is that you want and be that person that is ready to be in a relationship with you, that you have already demonstrated what you are expecting from a relationship, and then they can decide whether or not that is for them or not. And you can lead yourself to that discretion of who it is that is meant for you. So this next card being the people and resources that you have available to you. Ooh, we got another two cards. So we're just going to take this first card because the second card didn't feel resonant to me. So this first card here, it was Grace. And this is a major arcana card similar to the Hermit and the Magician, which means that this seems to be a big theme in your life. And a lot of it deals with the day-to-day of your own relationships. But in terms of the major themes, is going to come down to your relationship with yourself. The understanding how to believe in yourself, how to alchemize your own reality, to be able to introspect and know exactly what it is that you want, your talents, your gifts, what you have to offer, especially in the context of a relationship. And then now grace. So this is the resources that is available to you. So finding either people around you who is going to give you grace, who allow you to kind of walk gracefully through life when you make mistakes or don't follow through on what it is that you say you follow through on, that you have this ability here to give yourself that grace, give yourself that compassion, and forgive yourself so that you can continue walking on in that path instead of getting, destroyed by these waves here and being lapped over, falling off your path. It's really seeing here that this cat is on this delicate balance where there's this one path, but there's a lot of turmoil going on around it. And in order to stay balanced there has to be this precision, this poise, this understanding that chaos can happen around you, but not within you. So notice that is going to come up for you, and to look out for people who are going to be able to support you, to keep you grounded on your path instead of being caught up in your emotions. So what this might look like in your relationships as well is that you might be meeting some people this year that are going to create this emotional turmoil for you, that you might feel pulled towards, but is not the right one for you, and to actually be able to continue walking on your path while noticing you can feel those negative emotions or feel that unrequited love, but still continue moving on your path to find what it is that you truly want, to find that kind of rainbow at the end of the tunnel. And this last card for this deck is going to be how you can help yourself. And we have the cat here. So we have number 0, the cat, and the 0 is really interesting here because I think it pertains a lot to how you've been currently feeling this whole year. It kind of ties it all up. 0 is the beginning of a completely brand new journey. There's not even an intention set or a goal here. It's literally just the beginning of a new journey. And the cat is indicative of the Fool in traditional tarot. And the cat has a beginner's mind. It's so amazed by the smell of these flowers. It's a beautiful sunrise, and there's so much terrain, this whole journey ahead of them. And for you to remember that you can start over at any point in time, that any of your past relationships, any negative experiences that you've had are not there to stay forever, that actually part of your power is understanding that you can start over at any point in time, that you have this new journey ahead of you, and for you to kind of take that beginner's mind into dating. If dating has made you jaded, if you have friends who have stabbed you in the back, or you have not been the greatest friend or greatest partner for yourself, to know that you are on this clean slate, that you are able to help yourself by giving yourself that ability to look at things from a beginner's mind, from new perspectives, and that's going to allow you to enjoy the journey, to find this new path, a new way of being that's going to break the cycles that you have been in the past, or the ways that you have been in relationships in the past, is that you have to think and act differently. And it's going to start with allowing things to surprise you, allowing things to be a new journey. Okay, so this spread definitely also points to career if the relationship aspect didn't necessarily resonate with you. And if you look back to the first card, which is the 4 of Cups, this lonely, kind of isolated cat really points to you potentially feeling very unfulfilled in your job, feeling isolated in your career, and pointing to the next card of what to expect this year, this family of kittens and stuff. Maybe you want to focus more on your family. Maybe you want to have that more fulfillment, have more camaraderie with coworkers or something like that. So do something that's more fulfilling. And the thing that's going to help you get there, the way that you're going to know if you're on the right track, is very similar to all the interpretations for the relationship. You just kind of have to translate that over to your career, which is to take action on if you have a new idea, if you want to leave your job, put out applications for somewhere else, if you want to try your hand at entrepreneurship, if you've had a business idea, to really not let that pass by you, not second guess yourself, and just go for it. And because you learned this lesson from last year of, maybe you have overstepped boundaries, maybe you put yourself in a position of, criticism, and you were in the line of fire and things. Perhaps even you were trying to take on too much or not take on as much, and it kind of blew up in your face, that now you also can see how much control over your own life that you have, over your career, and learning how to use that cat magic, which is that alchemization process, to create what it is that you want. So with your skill sets, with your gifts, with your talents, etc., how can you create a career that you truly love? And that's going to be the obstacle for you, is going to make sure that you are tapped into understanding that you do have control, that you are able to do it, and stop questioning yourself so much, stop doubting yourself so much, so that you can just take those actions. And in order to figure out what is next for you, to make sure you are hermiting, giving yourself that time and space to isolate, to understand what it is that you want, maybe find a coach or a mentor to lead you into the next direction, or maybe you are that new leader that's being called to help lead a group of people that you feel passionate about serving. Having that grace to, again, same thing, keep calm under the chaos, and also the fool's journey, the cat, the beginning of new thing. Know that you are on this new journey, that you have all these new opportunities for you, and you don't have to worry so much. I have a few more messages from you from Spirit that wants to come through. I'm going to clear this area and come right back. Okay, hello, group number 2. So we had a couple messages, maybe even just one message. I think there's just one message from Spirit that wants to come through, and it is going to be Scorpio reversed, which is interesting. So we have the energy of Scorpio here. This is the card upright. It is also associated with the number 8, which is all about abundance, and also it is the sign of infinity on its side, right? Number 8 is infinity. So the thing with infinity is knowing that everything happens in cycles, and especially in this spread today, where we saw a lot of things about your relationships, that you might have past relationship challenges, past traumas, thoughts, and stuff like that come back up for you. But to know that that doesn't mean that you're going in a circle, but it's actually more of a upward spiral in life, where you're going to be revisiting things in your past, but you learned a little bit more about it every single time that you do that. And Scorpio is all about reflecting on your internal patterns of behavior that need to be changed, your psychological healing. So very much so giving this energy that there has definitely been some mental challenges, especially with this Opalite being something that you were drawn to, that there has been some internal challenges surrounding relationships that are making you feel homesick or feeling lost of who you really have been. And this is the time to start to heal and reflect on your own behaviors. And again, going with that Fool card, the 0, starting over again. But noticing that you are not starting over from 0 exactly, that you have actually gained a lot of insight, and you're just reaching that next cycle of your life so that you can evolve into who it is that you want to be, the relationships that you want to have. That's just going to require you to do some inner searching, some soul work here. So that wraps up your reading for 2023. And I will say, please go ahead and visit the outro of this video, because I have a special announcement for you that's going to be extremely helpful based off of what I've seen in your reading today. And I will see you in the next video. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your 2023 reading. You have chosen the Mystical Faerie Tarot deck as well as the Clear Quartz. And the Clear Quartz is all about clarity, as the name suggests. It's also a great crystal for amplifying whatever energies are in your current life. So this is giving me this energy that you have been in a place of like, go, I'm ready for 2023. 2022 is over and 2023 is going to be my year. And so wanting to get that clarity of what to focus on to make sure that you do get what it is that you want from this year. That is what's going to be showing through in today's reading. So the year's theme for you that wants to show up is going to be the star. Oh, I have a personal connection with this card because I am an Aquarius, and the Aquarius is associated with the star. So as you can see here, this fairy is the water bearer. It is also a major arcana card. So this is not something to be taken lightly. This seems to be a theme not just for this year, but also for the phase of life that you are in right now. So in the star, a lot of it is about being able to renew your energy, to be able to let go of all the things in the past. It is a good sign that you're going to, things are lifting for you. And this theme of this year kind of being the water bearer, that perhaps it's time for you to start giving yourself the energy that you have been giving other people so that you can create what it is that you want in your life, especially this card being associated with Aquarius. Aquarius is kind of entering its villain era this year, along with other air signs and a few other signs. So notice that this year is going to be the year where you kind of start caring for yourself a little bit more, really getting rid of the bullshit, but also that is going to be the thing that serves people. So the star here, you can see this one North Star here is a testament to how you knowing yourself very well this year is going to help you in your transition throughout the year, is going to help guide you into using your intuition to make decisions this year. And there also seems to be a theme of service, perhaps. So if you have been wanting to create your own business, go into service. If you are a caretaker or any of the sort, that is going to also be coming through. But it's going to start with you knowing who you are, you being able to provide for yourself and following your intuition, your own personal values. That's going to be your North Star. So understanding yourself this year, seems to be a very big theme. and also being able to rest, reflect, introspect, know what's coming up. So what to expect more from this year is going to be the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands, you can see this person who is riding this giant dragon and coming down with all of these wands. It seems to be, again, reflective of that villain era where you are just going for what it is that you want. You are attacking things from multiple perspectives. You are taking no shit, no prisoners here. You are just kicking ass. And you are also riding this dragon along the way. So knowing that you are being divinely guided here, that you also are not going into battle just alone. You are not having to do everything for yourself and carry it all, that there is support around for you that you can use more of, and that you're really out here for vengeance in 2023, that you're expecting, to really hit your goals hard. Now, this next card is representative of how you are going to be able to know whether or not you are on the right track, what feelings that you should be going for. And you got the Eight of Cups. So you have here 17, which reduces to 8. You have the Eight of Wands, which is an 8. And you have the Eight of Cups. So a lot of 8s, a lot of abundance. There is a ton of power and strength that is associated with 8. There's a lot of clarity that's associated with as well. And it's kind of this energy of grabbing life by the balls and enjoying the hell out of it. And this is really shown through in all of these cards so far. So the Eight of Cups is also an emotional card. So being able to feel all those feelings of abundance, of joy, of being supported. So again, you have these two creatures here that seem to be supporting you and getting you to where you want to be. It's almost a vehicle to your success. So this is a reminder to you to rest more this year, to focus on being able to enjoy your rest and recover, to focus on what it is that you truly want, because you don't have to do all of it yourself. If you have been somebody who is putting everyone else before you, that you don't like asking for help, this is not the year for that. This is the year where you're going to own your shit and use your resources around you to help guide you to where you want to be, knowing that you are divinely supported, that you are being guided to your highest and best self, and it's safe for you to enjoy that power, use that power to get what it is that you really want, to start to bend reality to be what it is that you want. And also to feel that abundance, that you don't have to wait to feel successful. You don't have to wait to feel loved or feel joy or anything like that. That is available for you right now, and that it is yours for the taking. So know that you are on the right track by knowing that you are supported, that you are being guided to where you want to be. And when you are feeling the feelings that you want to feel this year, it might be helpful for you to set those intentions of what it is that you're focusing on. So the Nine of Cups, this is a lesson that you have learned from last year. And the Nine of Cups is a really beautiful card here because it is representative of a couple or two people who have, learned to love each other very well. But also the number 9 is indicative of the completion of a cycle. So perhaps you have just ended a relationship amicably. Perhaps last year you learned what it is that you really want in a relationship, what you're looking for in support, and that might have come into this year. The Nine of Cups is also traditionally known as the wish card. So kind of this wink to you that you might have learned that you can actually have wishes come true for you. So maybe you got into a relationship that you really wanted to get into. Perhaps you completed something that completed an emotional cycle that you have gone through, and this is a kind of clean slate for you to be on your own this year or reflect on what it is that you really want. Put yourself first. So last year you learned that you have the power to actually create your reality, to receive the wishes that you want to receive, and some obstacles or challenges that might be coming up for you this year that you might be holding yourself back in is the Hermit. So this to me is very clear that you're spending too much time, that this year you might find yourself spending too much time in isolation, as indicative of this first card. Maybe you're even spending too much time focusing on your goals, your career, whatever it is that you want to happen, that you are almost going out of society. And the other side of this thing could be that you're spending too much time outside and not spending enough time inside. But just keeping this balance in mind of the Hermit, where the Hermit is a very wise being, and it is, again, really funny here is that it's associated with the number 9, and you have 9 here. So it feels like to me that this year is definitely being divinely guided for you to look out for the numbers 8 and 9 for you this year. But the Hermit is able to tap into their own inner wisdom when they are left alone. So when you do the work to introspect, to rest, to take breaks, to kind of be by yourself, to say no to parties or anything that you don't really want to do, you are becoming more in touch with yourself and you're getting more clarity that you want in your life, which was indicative by the crystal. So you might be looking for a lot of clarity, and it's going to require you to hermit a little bit so that you can learn more about yourself, to clear out any other person's opinions or judgments or criticisms, even your own judgments and criticisms, and hear what is your own personal truth. Now, when you do get that, also know that it's time to actually act on it. So 2 ways that this card can be showing up for you as an obstacle, or ways that you can be holding yourself back. You could either be spending too much time introspecting in your own cave, not going out there, perhaps planning for too long before taking action. And on the other side, spending too much time outside listening to other people, that you forget your own inner wisdom and your own ability to create things that happen. So watch out for that this year. Now, this was an accident, so I'm just going to continue shuffling here. So this next card is going to be opportunities that come up for you. And we have Temperance. And Temperance is all about kind of being on 2 sides of the spectrum. So we have this card being associated with the number 14. And you can see this magical fairy pouring water into this cup, kind of similar to what we see here with the star of water being poured out. So this is telling me that there is definitely an opportunity for you within these challenges to give some of yourself, like give your resources from an overflowing cup to outside of you in this way that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, that brings you groundedness. It's not about giving other people all of you so that you have nothing left for yourself so that you can be a good person, but it's actually this idea of being extremely generous with your time, your resources, your energy, because you want to nourish other people. The name Temperance also suggests that you need to find the middle way of your own emotions or your own mental states, to not go too far into one direction or the other. And this being associated with the lesson that you learned last year, and also the potential obstacles that come in the way, as a reminder to find that middle ground, to be able to be grounded in yourself, to not look at things as just black or white, to temper your emotions, just like how you would temper chocolate, right? To be able to stay grounded and see things clearly, do the things that you want to do, and whatnot. So this next card is going to be revealing to you how you can be courageous this year, how you can evolve. And we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is also known as the King of Earth. So this seems to be the king of like worldly possessions as well. If you think about the world, or the earth signs and earth cards being representative of the material world, it seems to be that the way that you can be evolving this year and be courageous is to stay grounded in your reality. With the star and with all these cards of what to expect about looking at your big picture dreams, perhaps even looking at vision boards, thinking multiple years down the line, to ground yourself back in reality, and through that, being able to enjoy the abundance that you currently have that's in your life, that you're also going to be able to continue enjoying through this year. As you can see, there's all these berries popping up. The King of Pentacles is also known kind of as to be like a great host for parties and stuff, to make sure that everything is replenished. So a reminder for you to be able to just enjoy the moment, and that is going to be how you can evolve. It seems very simple, but also very difficult to do, to stay in the present, especially in this day and age. So it's definitely a reminder for you to be in the present moment. We also have the 10 of Cups. So this represents people or resources that you have available to help you in this year and achieve what it is that you really want to achieve. And notice here that you have the 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and now 10 of Cups. So a lot of emotional energy going on. There seems to be perhaps a need for you to have clarity on your emotions, to be able to identify how it is that you really feel so that you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. So the 10 of Cups is a manifestation of these two creatures being able to go through challenges, know who they are individually, be able to mature, know what it is that they want, be able to communicate, and now being able to share their resources, be their own individuals. Like you can see, they're both holding their own cups here, but they're also very much so connected and in love. It feels like you might already have a partner, but if not, this could also signify a best friend of yours, somebody that you might meet in the future that is going to be able to be that support system for you. Although remember, one person cannot be an entire support system for you. You also have to know how to support yourself and be able to reach out to other people so that you are being balanced and that there's not too much strain on the relationship. But it seems to me that there could be a partner in your life that is bringing you balance, that's going to help you stay grounded, remind you of your own strength and your own abilities, because like you see here, they have their own resources. So a reminder for you to be able to use your own resources. Find those people in your life that are going to be able to support you in that way, because you can see in this year, a lot of things that you can expect is for you to start receiving all the things that you want to do, to have that clear focus, and be able to bring that in. So having someone there to remind you of that and of your power is going to be very helpful. How you can help yourself, though, in this year is going to be the Four of Cups. Wow, you have so many emotional cards here. The Cups is all about water, all about letting things flow. So the Four of Cups, as you can see, are these two fairies that we saw earlier, but as children. And the Four of Cups was like, there's going to be annoyances, there's going to be difficulties, but again, relying on yourself. So it kind of comes funnily as a side note from this card, where yes, you have this amazing support system in your partner, in a friend, or in someone that you're going to meet, but you're also going to need to be able to rely on yourself, because inevitably when you're dealing with individuals, they're going to annoy you, or you're going to feel sick of them. You're going to be questioning the relationship perhaps, but when you are in those situations, being able to come back home to yourself and really focusing on that theme of your year, which is the star, and knowing who it is that you want, being able to rest and reflect, give yourself that space and follow your own personal values as your North Star, that's going to be the thing that helps you. So that completes this reading, but there is going to be one other card that wants to come through in the Oracle deck. So I'm going to just clear the space and let me tell you what Spirit has to say to you. All right, group 4. So your final card, your final message from Spirit, very loud, is the Child of the Universe. So the Child of the Universe is denoted as number 0. It is the beginning of all beginnings. There's not even a full journey yet to come yet. There is not even a goal necessarily, but this comes to you as a reminder that you are a child of the universe. You are born from stardust. You are literally magic, and this life is a gift for you. So remember here that you are being divinely guided. That is the biggest thing that's come through, that whenever you are looking for clarity this year, if you are trying to make any decisions, to surrender yourself, to be open to receiving signals, to receiving messages, to hearing other perspectives, and really check in what resonates with you. That soul resonance is going to be a huge guide of your North Star going forward, because you are a child of the universe. There is this, there's always an opportunity for you to look at things from a clean slate. You're never stuck. You're never, having to be left in confusion or in the dark. That if you are in the dark, that there is a good reason for that, and to just surrender your control that you're looking for, surrender any fears or doubts that you might be experiencing, and that's going to be where you find clarity, where you find that support and love. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I want you to go ahead now and fast forward to the outro of this video, because there is a special announcement for you there. If one of your New Year's goals this year is to develop yourself as a person, to grow internally, to go on a spiritual journey, and to figure out who it is that you really want and get what you want, I'm hosting a 5-day live event called True Self Alignment. This is going to be held over Zoom, and it's going to be from January 23rd to January 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. It's only for 30 minutes a day, and in those 30 minutes, I'm going to be guiding you through exercises and perspective shifts to help you align yourself with your true self, do the foundational work that's necessary for you to achieve any goal that it is that you want, like truly make better decisions, hit your goals faster, not be sidetracked, not be in this procrastination stage or in perfectionism. You're going to uncover all those things and learn some of my best tools that I teach my one-on-one clients for free. I really want to help you jumpstart your 2023 and get started on the right foot, because this is the year of self-development. This is the year of introspection. And I don't want you to miss out on all the spiritual goodness that's going to come with this year. And honestly, I don't want you to wait any longer to get the abundance that you've been craving, to get the relationship that you've been wanting, and to really see what you're capable of. So the link to sign up is going to be in the description box. Make sure you share it with a friend as well, because there's enough room for all of us to be growing into our best selves. That's how we elevate society. That's how we become, better human beings. And that's how we can have a happier life. Go ahead and spread the love there, and I will see you at the event. If you enjoyed today's reading and you want to learn more about tarot, go ahead and check out this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.